All right, everybody. As you all know, Elon Musk's acquisition, of Twitter has been a nightmare, to say the least. He promised that he was going to get rid of the bots, but now if I were to check my incoming DMs right now, I would probably have dozens of sex bots that have tried to send me messages like, click, here's my Ethereum wallet, here's OnlyFans account, I'm the hottest 18-year-old on OnlyFans, just all these, crypto and porn bot spammers in my DMs and in the replies of every viral tweet. The bot problem on Twitter has literally never been worse. And the hilarious thing is that Elon Musk was promising to deal with it. He has also basically gotten all the ads gone from the platform, so it's losing money way faster than before, and it's like a massive money sink. He has gotten rid of pretty much all restrictions for being transphobic in the TOS in terms of enforcement and racist. There are accounts that are literally just that have over tens of thousands of likes that are things like the Blacks Posting L's account. Has 60,000 likes now, I think. There's a bunch of them that are different slurs for trans people posting L's that are really big as well, that have hundreds of thousands of followers. They do not get banned because that is no longer against Twitter's TOS. Recently, Elon Musk defended some of the shit that he said on Twitter by claiming that he doesn't think the recent Texas shooting was done by a white supremacist, and that you can't blame it on white supremacy. Even though the guy had SS and swastika tattoo, the police autopsy confirmed this. It's not he claimed the photo of the tattoos was a psyop from Bellingcat, but the police did an autopsy and confirmed, yeah, this is the guy. Yeah, those are his tattoos. So it's interesting that Elon Musk is so desperate to take something that was so obviously the fault of white supremacy and say, no, this wasn't the fault of white supremacy, and defend white supremacy. There's literally no world where that isn't defending white supremacy. Whoa. Let's not make it seem like white supremacy leads to violence or anything like that. That doesn't happen. White supremacists aren't violent. They don't do violence. Anytime someone tells you that a white supremacist is violent, it must be a psyop. Regardless, it's very clear that Elon Musk has the brainworms, and he always has had the brainworms. Hell, he literally grew up in, fucking apartheid South Africa. His dad owned a share of an emerald mine in Zambia. He grew up rich as fuck in apartheid South Africa. The dude is no doubt quite far right. And considering how many divorces he's been through at this point, you know he's fallen down the incel rabbit hole more times than once. Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter has done one thing worse than all others, and that is start Twitter's path towards becoming Facebook too. Hypers in chat, if you, haven't been on Facebook in a while. I haven't, but I keep up with, what's going on there. And it is bad. The boomers on Facebook are just running wild. And depending on what country you're from, it's worse. For example, I know that Facebook in, Myanmar and a lot of countries in, Southeast Asia that are heavily adopting the internet more recently have very large populations, are growing a very large conservative media presence online, and it starts with boomers sharing around conspiracy theories online. It is not bound in any way to white conservatives with profile pictures of them in sunglasses in their trucks on Facebook, okay? I assure you, this is a global phenomenon that is going to be unraveling as more and more of the world gets access to internet, okay? It is certainly going to be something. That said, I think Twitter is on its way to becoming Facebook too, and there's a few good examples of this. For example, literally just recommended to me on my timeline. Not it was liked or retweeted by someone I follow, or someone else was replying to it or quote tweeting it. No, Twitter was pushing this. I quote tweeted it saying, Facebook too, woo! And it's from Illuminati bot, and it's a meme that says, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. This is not an ironic account. It has, of course, been community noticed. While jet fuel will not reach temperature where it can melt steel beams, it, combined with internal combustibles found in offices, can easily cause a catastrophic collapse of a skyrise in 2 hours. Also, when you consider the fact that a plane just, smashed into the building and there's literally tons and tons of steel that is now being, like, Jenga'd, over a much, weakened part of the tower. There's a lot of reasons to assume why that would topple down. Also, yeah, the towers fell over the course of time. Regardless, conspiracy shit, literally the whole, 9/11 was an inside job and it wasn't real thing has been debunked time and time again. That said, that's not the end of it. This morning, I had an Elijah Schaffer tweet pushed to me. For those of you guys that don't know who Elijah Schaffer is, he's a neo-Nazi. He runs a podcast called Slightly Offensive. He's a Nazi. He does a lot of Twitter posting. He's not as popular as he used to be. He's kind of like a nobody now. I think I might have met him in real life. Did I meet him in real life in Texas? Did I debate him? I think I might have debated him. He's a rapist too? That doesn't surprise me. I think I might have debated him in Texas, actually. He's a pretty forgettable face. Regardless, in line with most conservative rhetoric, you see the proliferance of, AI technology isn't the beginning of the right's attempts to use technology to make fake propaganda. They've been doing this since Photoshop was a thing, okay? And I don't know why he decided to do this not with AI and instead decided to do it with Photoshop, but he did this and tried to pass this off. Photo just leaked, 100% verified by the FBI, found on Hunter Biden's BlackBerry. Nobody talks about the other devices that were with the laptop. Retweet if you want to expose these pizza eaters. When they say pizza, it's a reference to, they say cheese pizza as, a, code word for, child porn. A lot of pedophiles do that, so I think that's why he's saying that, pizza eater. So he's accusing Pete Buttigieg and this, Zoomer kid of being pedophiles, I guess, and shows a photo of Pete Buttigieg and this kid seemingly standing at the, temple on Epstein's Island. The Epstein Island kid diddlin' temple. And, if you've been on the internet before, you might be able to tell this is a very photoshopped image. What really gave it away for me was the hair here. The fact that you can see there's a very clear indication that the hair had a different background than what's actually behind him, But then, of course, the actual photo propped up, and I'll show you the actual photo it was taken from. But it gets funnier. He actually doubled down before it got community noticed and corrected. He said, "To the haters, I've done graphic design and photo editing professionally for years and as a hobby for over a decade. This is not Photoshop. They look pixel by pixel. There's no way this is faked. May have a community note, but this guy just verified it with the inventor of Photoshop. I have the inventor of Photoshop here next to me, and he just verified that this is a 100% real photo." Now he's getting trolled. I'm pretty sure most of these people are unironically trolling him, and he's falling for it. This guy's, not very smart. I don't remember this guy being very smart. Everyone questions when these kids made their Twitter accounts, 2007, etc., but nobody asks where. This image from 2003, this is not true. Some of y'all just aren't ready for the truth. I can confirm I work at a digital media verification systems, and I have ran this image through our state. This is also a troll. This is, I looked at the account. This is a troll account that he's falling for. This image through our state-of-the-art Brutus Teeth T1000 image masticulator. It creates a fourth-dimensional holographic rendering of the photo and verified the light spectrums of each pixel on the quantum level. It's such a good fucking meme. Dude fell for it, or probably made this himself, if I'm being honest. It wouldn't really strike me as odd. The funny thing is, though, I ended up replying to the final tweet in this thread with the actual source. I zoomed in on the face of the kid in the photo, and you can see, the obvious Photoshop. Here's the photo that it's from. Here's where he cropped out Pete Buttigieg and the kid at some public event in the Capitol, no doubt. and Photoshop them into Epstein's Island. This is so fucking embarrassing. I need you to understand that this is just a representation of all conservative rhetoric, just poorly disguised. This is the level of dishonesty all conservative rhetoric and rhetoricians operate on. Most are just better than him at hiding it. I have no doubt that after this, tremendous L, he'll probably try to claim he was trolling or joking. A lot of conservatives try to do that when they get called out, and they're unanimously in the wrong, but, come on, it's very obvious that he actually, is trying to push this as real. Yeah, there's a lot of hints there that it's Photoshop, but a lot of his audience are, boomers that have bad eyesight and don't know technology and probably aren't inclined to look very closely. My point is, not only is this shit, allowed to exist on Twitter now, it'll get community notes, but it's not taken down. Full-on accusing, a 20-year-old, activist and Pete Buttigieg, who is an elected figure, or not elected figure, an appointed figure in our government of being pedophiles and falsely making up, an image to try to, back that claim up. Twitter's just fine with it under Elon. This is no different than what Facebook did during the 2016 election and does to a lesser extent now, but still pretty badly. Twitter is just going to become a hive of boomers spreading conspiracy theories and, being bigoted, and all the Zoomers and normal people are going to leave Twitter for a new site. Right now, it seems like Blue Sky is what everybody wants to go to. But if Twitter doesn't, start to go back to the way it was, I think it's guaranteed over at this point. The boomerification of Twitter is what will really kill it. If nothing else, it's the boomerification that'll do it. Because Zoomers do not want to share the same social space online with the boomer culture. They don't want to. It's why Zoomers moved from Facebook to, Instagram, and from Instagram, when boomers started to move there, more to Snapchat, and then now they're mostly on, Twitter and Snapchat, but now it's going to be more so than the TikTok, because Snapchat kind of died. Literally, it's all a matter of Zoomers running away from the boomers that are adapting to newer, platforms so they can have their own sort of cultural identity where they're the general majority on those platforms and have the general cultural pool. It happened with MySpace too, of course, and several other sites before it. And it seems like that's the path that Twitter is on now.